I'm DelusionDispeller, back to talk to you more on this topic of what I wish people would have told me about pregnancy, birth, and the whole 9 yards. So let's say you've already made it through months 1 through 5. Now you're in the 6th month. They call this the real halfway point. Well, at least I call it the halfway point. At 6 months, because if you think about it, you're probably not going to go 12 months. So to me, 6 months feels more like the halfway point than 3 months would, or 5 months would. So I'm going to call it the halfway point. You should sit down and write a birth plan. Really. This is your pregnancy and your birth. Start thinking about if you want music in the room when the baby's being born. Find out if your hospital allows that, or your birthing center. Or if you're having a home birth, have your music ready. Think about how you want to have the baby. Do you want to do a water birth? Do you want to do just a gentle birth in a room? Do you want to go to the hospital? Do you want a birthing center? Do you want a birthing room? What are your options available? There are so many options these days too. At this point, you might want to go through what's called Lamaze, which is natural birth, where somebody teaches you exercises to relax your body so that your body can cooperate with the labor and the baby can be brought forth in the most gentle way possible. Childbirth classes are the same thing, within reason. I went through a Christian childbirth class, which is pretty cool, where they use scriptures, Bible scriptures, and that made my birth so much easier. Pardon me. So write yourself a birth plan. Also include things in there. Do you want to be induced? Now, sometimes they have to induce you. But your first preference, do you want induction? Do you want them to start your labor unnaturally, like with medicine? Do you want them to give you a shot? Do you want to take a pill? Write all that stuff down. Do some research. You got plenty of time before the baby's coming, so use your time wisely. Read that book about what to expect when you're expecting and other books like that, and find out that there are options available. When you're giving birth, do you want them to snip your perineum, which is your vaginal area, if the baby's head is too big, which they rarely ever should have to do if they do what's called ironing the perineum, which means they oil up their hands and they oil up your vaginal area when the baby's coming out, and it stretches and they can mold your area around the baby's head instead of having to cut you. I've been cut. I know what it feels like. Takes a while to heal. It burns. So if you don't have to have what's called an episiotomy, that little snip on the vaginal area, you can opt out for it if you don't have to have it. Find out what your doctors believe and your midwives. You know, tell them your preferences and see if they're okay with them. If not, you might want to find a new physician or a new midwife. All right, and I've done it both ways. I had one child at home. I had one child at a birthing room and another child at a birthing center, and the first child, I believe, was at a hospital. So I've tried it all different ways. Never did an underwater birth. Almost delivered in the water because I wouldn't get out of the bathtub because it felt so good on my back. But yeah, you have lots of options. So start your birth plan, write it out. Make sure you write it out. You're not going to remember it in your head, most likely. So have it in a book or a notebook or something. Let's see. It's very common to dream about boys or girls, and, you know, is it going to be this, going to be that? Wake up and figure out, oh, I'm having a girl. That's what my dream said. Not necessarily, but yeah, your brain will tell you all kinds of things when you're pregnant. So, you know, you never know. There's a fun pregnancy test you can do called the Dreno test. We did it with each of my children. It was pretty accurate, actually, because it works with the hormone in your urine. I'm not saying it's foolproof, but it's kind of fun. You take an equal amount of urine and an equal amount of Dreno, and make sure you're careful with this and have somebody else do it if you can. You shouldn't be touching Dreno anyways while you're pregnant. Nor should you be changing litter boxes. Another thing, you can get something called toxoplasmosis, which is a disease you get from cats' feces, their poop. Don't mess with litter boxes when you're pregnant because it can go to the baby and you can both get very, very sick and even die. So don't be messing with litter boxes. Don't handle Dreno on your own. Have a friend do it. Pee in a cup, preferably one you can throw away, not a paper one. Dreno will eat right through the paper cup. So pee in a cup and pour the Drano, not you, but your friend, pour the equal amount of Drano in with the pee. Let it sit and see if it turns blue-green, it's supposed to be a boy. If it stays yellow or gets orange, it's supposed to be a girl. Don't know how accurate it is, but it's kind of fun to try. Don't drink the Drano. Don't drink the urine either. Don't drink anything. Just throw the whole cup and glass and everything away in a safe area and not in the rose bushes. My foster mom could tell you my story about that. She told me to dump it, which I really shouldn't have been handling it, but nonetheless, I dumped it into a rose bush and killed it. So, yeah, don't do that. Let's see. There's another one you can do with a needle where you hang the needle over your belly on a piece of thread, and if it circles around, it's a girl. If it goes back and forth, it's a boy. That's another one. Again, they're not foolproof, but it's kind of fun. It kills the time. Step up on eating well. Make sure your diet is optimum at this point. You are going to need all the energy you can get when it's time for that baby to be born. And that baby needs nutrition too. If you exercise, the best exercise during pregnancy is swimming. Seriously, that's really the most gentle and the best exercise, and probably the only exercise you should be doing in your 6th month onward. It will not hurt the baby to be in the water, by the way. Not at all. Babies love it when you swim. You'll even feel them move around gently while you're swimming. It's pretty cool. Babies enjoy kicking. That's another thing nobody told me. It's not only we're waiting to feel them kick, it's that babies really love to stretch their legs and their arms. And you will just see your stomach move in all kinds of ways. If you don't believe me, look on the YouTube channel of women that have filmed the babies in their bellies. Those babies go to town. If you're not feeling kicking by this time, and hopefully even before then, like around the 4th month, I would contact your doctor or your midwife and tell them you're concerned. And they'll see if they can get the baby moving. If not, then there could be a problem. And you need to know that, you know, help is available if you have any problems. All right. So anyway, I am Life Coach Delusion Dispeller. You can reach me at DelusionDispeller@gmail.com. I'm here to help you. I know it's a lonely, scary time when you're pregnant if you don't have anybody to talk to. That's what I'm here for. So look me up. Happy to talk to you and answer any questions that I can. And stay tuned for more on the video. Make sure you subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye for now.